What's the weirdest thing a medical professional has casually said to you? I live in Ireland. The surgeon who replaced my hip is also a farmer. The day before I was due to be discharged, he came in on his rounds. He said, I may or may not see you tomorrow. It depends on the dog. So I said, okay, what's up with the dog? He told me the dog broke his leg and was having it set tomorrow, but he wasn't sure what time, so I said, sure, bring in the owl dog and I'll mind him. This is rural Ireland, bear in mind, and I was in the convalescent area of the hospital by then, and shortly after breakfast he arrived in, with the dog, lovely border collie with his leg in plaster. He stayed with me watching TV till the doc was finished replacing another hip and was ready to discharge me and we could all go home. It could only happen in Ireland. There's an ophthalmologist on TikTok who plays a bunch of different doctors, and my favorite is rural medicine. People pay him in crops or other non-monetary goods, and the only MRI is at the Texaco shop. Dr. Glaucomflecken. When I was like 20, my endocrinologist took a good look at me and asked, are you okay with your face being so asymmetrical? I had never really noticed it before, but boy have I noticed it since. Thanks for the complex, asshole. Same here. The dentist said I like the top part of your face but not the bottom part. Since then I'm very aware of my mouth and chin. After 30 years I still hear him say it. When I was 12 I had a dentist say, hold on, I think I might be counting wrong. You shouldn't have those yet. Okay, never mind, those are definitely your wisdom teeth. Your mouth is just huge, I guess. They said it was the youngest they've ever seen anyone get their wisdom teeth. They called in every dentist in the building to come look at my mouth. You're a prodigy. I had a really weird throat issue. It didn't hurt, it just felt like something was stuck in there. I had been a vegetarian for years at this point and the doctor said I likely had a chicken bone stuck in there. Wouldn't take no for an answer. Haven't you heard? Humans will unknowingly eat an average of 7 chickens in our lifetimes due to them crawling into our mouths while we sleep. This is no joke. I had a medical professional say, I used to be a heroin addict so I'm pretty good at this. As she was putting in my 4-LMFAO, I laughed so hard. The plasma place I went to in college seemed to only employ ex-junkies. They were masters of their craft. Then again, like you said, they know what they are doing, plus good for them for getting clean. This is the part where all your dignity goes out the window. I'm going to tape your penis to your abdomen. They did this to me along with my nads during butthole surgery. Fun times. When I got the snip I was told to drop my drawers and lie on a table in the other room. I, gentleman, doctor, walked into the room, taped my dong to my abdomen and then introduced himself as doctor. I said I hope so. Following a checkup, we're going to have to remove your testicles. Just kidding, you should have seen your face. Lol, do you go to Dr. Leo Spaceman? Sounds like you could use a little RNR, rum and Ritalin. After destroying my knee riding BMX at 17, the emergency surgeon said, wow, really fucked that up. 10 years later and another serious knee injury from riding, I saw the same surgeon. He did a great job on the first one. First words out of his mouth were I remember you. Fucked up the other one. I like this guy. He waited 10 years for that moment. Probably made his entire career. Back pain, I'm not young. Doctor just said basically, well, that's just life for you. You're tall. So I'm just going to end up being a hunched over 90-year-old? Lol, you're not going to see 90. Pardon? How many tall old people have you ever seen? Oh, yeah, okay. How tall are you? I'm a 6-foot tall woman and I think about this a lot. There are no tall old ladies. Just little olds. Edit, everyone chiming in to give me hope of a long life. I love you. Reminder, you shrink as you age. Those little old ladies used to be taller. If you don't mind, I'd like to show everyone pictures of your tonsils. According to her, I had the most disgusting tonsils she had ever seen in her years in the business, and gosh darn she wanted to show them off. I had a similar experience at a dentist. I apparently had a very rare problem and even the oldest doctor only had seen this 2 times in his life. For the next few sessions all other doctors were called in and he showed them it. I was fine with it, but it was an odd situation sitting on the dentist chair while 4 doctors and a few nurses were around you and looked very interested what will happen next. So I was the real-life example for a textbook lecture. Was living in a foreign country and had a cold flu-type illness. Went to the doc and he comes in eating a bowl of cereal. Already weird. Checks some things and says, do you know what AIDS is? I'm in complete shock and say yes, I do. He follows up with it's a virus and there is no cure. Goes on to explain why there is no cure, all while I'm seeing my life over as I know it. Finally ends with, but you don't have that virus, you have a different one, much more common and treatable, but I wanted you to understand why an antibiotic wouldn't work. Still in shock, I'm like, so I don't have AIDS then, right? He goes, no, and walks out. What a roller coaster. Lol. Doc, do you know what AIDS is? Patient, yeah, sweating. Well, you should be happy to know the good news is you don't have that. That's a good thing, IQ. The bad news is that you probably have cancer. I have some bad news and some worse news for you. Okay, what's the bad news? I have your test results, and the report says you probably have about 7 days or so left to live. Oh my god. If that's the bad news, what the hell is the worst news? I meant to call you last week. Doc, I have some bad news, you better sit down. Patient, what is it, Doc? You have very little time left. Oh my god, how long do I have? 5. 5 what? Years, months, 4, 3, 2. Thank you for watching and let us know in the comments below the video what the strangest thing a healthcare professional has said to you is.